chapter, understanding elementary shape, and we also discussed about exercise 5.2. So today we are going to discuss about next exercise, that is exercise 5.3. Exercise 5.3. Okay, so first question is match the following. Match the following, and first one straight angle. So we also discussed about straight angle and right angles and different types of angles in our previous class. Okay, a straight angle means the angle measures 180 degree, then it is said to be a straight angle. Here this is straight angle which measures the angle as 180 degree. Okay, so half of a revolution is known as 180 degree. So revolution means complete one revolution it takes 360 degree, and half of the revolution means complete revolution is 360 degree, and for half of the revolution 360 by 2, that is 180 degree. Okay, so 180 degree measures the straight angle. 180 degree measures straight angle. So this is a straight angle. Okay, so first one 180 degree means half revolution. 180 means half revolution. 360 is the complete revolution, and 180 degree angle measures the half of the revolution. So the first question answer, straight angle is matched with half of a revolution. Half of a revolution, and option C. First question, straight angle is matched with option C, that is half of a revolution. Half of a revolution. Then next one, right angle. Next question, right angle. So right angle means an angle measures 90 degree, then the angle is said to be right angle. Okay, an angle measures 90 degree, which means this angle. Here the angle measures 90 degree, then it is said to be a right angle. It is said to be a right angle. Okay, so the angle is equal to 90 degree, then it is a right angle. Okay, so right angle means for complete revolution it is 360 degree, and 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90 is equal to 360 degree. So 1/4 revolution is called right angle triangle. Okay, 1/4 of a revolution is called a right angle. Here for completing one revolution, that is 4/4 equal to 1, that is 360 degree. 1/4 means 90 degree. 1/4 of a revolution means 90 degree, and half of a revolution means 180 degree. So 90 degree or right angle matched with 1/4 of a revolution. 1/4 of a revolution. Second question, answer D. Okay, so second one is right angle is matched with option D, 1/4 of a revolution. Then third one is acute angle. Acute angle means the angle is classified into 3 types based on the degrees, and they are acute angle, obtuse angle, and reflex angle. So what do you mean by acute angle? Acute angle means less than 1/4 of a revolution. 1/4 means 90 degree, that's right angle. Okay, so less than 90 degree is known as acute angle. So here the answer is option A, less than 1/4 of a revolution. Answer A. Third question match with option A, that is 1/4 of a, less than 1/4 of a revolution, which means less than 90 degree. 1/4 means 90 degree, it's a right angle. Okay, 1/4 means right angle, that is 90 degree, and less than 1/4 of a revolution, that is an acute angle. Okay, so acute angle is matched with option A, that is less than 1/4 of a revolution, or less than 1/4 of a revolution means 90 degree, less than 90 degree. Okay, so next one is obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means the angle more than 90 degree or more than right angle and less than 180 degree. Okay, more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree is said to be an obtuse which means 90 degree, more than 90 degree means more than 1/4 of a revolution, 1/4 of a revolution, and it is less than 180 degree. 180 degree measures half of the revolution. So it is more than 1/4 of the revolution and less than 1/2 of the revolution. That is called an obtuse angle. So obtuse angle is between 1/4 and 1/2 of a revolution. Okay. So option E. So obtuse angle is matched with option E. Then fifth one, reflex angle. Reflex angle means more than 180 degree. More than 180 degree. The angle which is more than 180 degree or more than a straight angle, it is said to be an obtuse angle. And the question is matched with option B, more than half of a revolution. Half of a revolution means more than half of a revolution means more than 180 degree. So the answer reflex angle is matched with option B. Fifth question, answer is matched with option B, that is more than half of a revolution. These are the answers for our first question in exercise 5.8. The next one, classify each one of the following angles as right, straight, acute, obtuse or reflex angle. Okay. So we want to classify the following angles. Some angles are given here and we want to classify the given angles as right angle, straight angle, acute angle, obtuse angle or reflex angle. Okay. For that you also use your protractor. Then here the first angle, by using your protractor you also measure the angles in the given here given angles. Okay, so that we will discuss in our next class, or then based on that videos I will send to your WhatsApp. Okay, so here the first angle, first one is classify each of the following angle as right, straight, acute, obtuse or reflex angle. And the first angle is like this. Okay, and here this is the angle, and the angle is measures less than 90 degree. You place your bracket here, then measure the angle here. Okay, that we will discuss in our next class. And this is the angle less than 90 degree. Also we can see that the angle is less than 90 degree, and the angle less than 90 degree is known as acute angle. So this is acute angle. Acute angle. And the second question, B, and the figure is like this and like this. This is a right angle. Okay, but here the angle is more than 90 degree. More than the angle is more than 90 degree and this less than 180 degree. 180 is like this and 80 or 90 is like this, and this the angle is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, and it is a type of obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. Then in third figure, find this angle. Here we can see that this is a right angle triangle, which means it measures 90 degree. So it's a right angle triangle, or it is right angle. Okay. Then next one is here we want to find this angle, and we can see that it is more than 180 degree. 180 means like this, and it is went towards bent like this, and the angle is greater than 180 degree. The angle is more than 180 degree and is termed as reflex angle. So this is a reflex angle. Reflex angle. Then next one is 180 degree and this is straight angle. So the answer is straight angle. Straight angle. Okay. And the last question. And you have to find these types of these two angles, like here this angle. The angle is like this. Okay. And this is less than 90 degree. If it is equal to 90 degree, then the angle is like this. Okay. Here the angle is like this way. So the angle is less than 90 degree. And here also the angle is like this, and the angle is also less than 90 degree. So it is an acute angle. So which type of angle is this? Acute angle. Acute angle. Because it measures less than 90 degree. Okay. So these are the answers of second question in our exercise 5.3. Okay. That we also measure angles by using a protractor that we will discuss in our next class. Okay. Then we are going to the exercise 5.4. Here is also some questions based on find the angle using a protractor. And here in your textbook, this is a protractor, and we use a protractor to identify the angles of the given figures. Okay. So that I will send to the videos in your WhatsApp. Okay. Then we are going to solve our exercise 5.4. And exercise 5.4 is also based on the things that we discussed earlier. So let us see what are the questions in exercise 5.4. And the first question, what is the measure of first one? A right angle. What is the measure of a right angle? So what is the measure of a right angle? Yes, an angle is equal to 90 degree, then it is said to be a right angle, which means the right angle measures 90 degrees. So the answer is 90 degrees. So the measure of the right angle is 90 degree. Then here another question in part 2. What is the measure of a straight angle? Straight angle means like this, and the angle measures 180 degree. The angle measures 180 degree is said to be a straight angle. So the measure is 180 degree. Okay. So straight angle measures 180 degree and the right angle measures 90 degree. The next question, next is a true or false section. The things that is already learned in our previous classes. Based on that, we want to solve the true or false questions. Okay. And part A. The measure of an acute angle is less than 90 degree. Here which means less than. The symbol shows less than. Okay. Less than 90 degree. An acute angle is less than 90 degree. The statement is true or false? Is it true or false? Yes, it's true. Because an angle measures less than 90 degree, then it is said to be an acute angle. Okay, like 45 degrees degree or 55 degree, 65 degree angle, they are all are said to be an acute angle because these angles are less than 90 degree or less than right angle. And the angle is equal to 90 degree is termed as right angle. Okay, that we will also discuss in our previous classes. Okay, then the answer is true because an acute angle measures less than 90 degree. Then second question, the measure of an obtuse angle is less than 90 degree. Obtuse angles means the angle which is greater than more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, then the angle is said to be obtuse angle. The angle measures more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, which means the angle is between 90 degree and 180 degree, like 110 degree 130 degree, 170 degree. These all are lies between 90 and 180 degrees. So such types of angles are said to be obtuse angle. So here the statement is an obtuse angle is less than 90 degree. It's false. An obtuse angle always more than 90 degree, which is greater than 90 degree. So the statement is false. Then see, the measure of a reflex angle is greater than 180 degree. Yes, we also studied about reflex angle. Reflex angle means the angle measures greater than or more than 180 degree or more than a straight line, then it is said to be an reflex angle. So the statement is true. Okay, so the measure of a reflex angle is always greater than 180 degree. Then question B. The measure of one complete revolution is equal to 160 degree. Yes, if we consider a clock, revolution of a hands of a clock, then it starts from 12 and completes the one revolution, which means it returns to 12 and takes 360 degree. So one complete revolution is 360 degree. The measure of one complete revolution is equal to 360 degree, and half of the revolution means 360 by 2, that's 180 degree. So for a complete revolution it takes 360 degree. So the statement is the measure of one complete revolution is equal to the 360 degree is true. Okay, so the measure of one complete revolution is equal to 360 degree. Then the last question, that is question E. If angle A is equal to 53 degree and angle is equal to 35 degree, and then less than angle A less greater than angle B, it's true or false? It's true. If we take angle A measures 53 degree, angle A measures 53 degree and angle B measures 35 degree. Which is the greater value, 53 or 35? Yes, it's 53. So angle A. So the statement is true. Okay. Then next question. Question number 3 in exercise 5.4. Okay. And the question is, write down the measures of the following. And the first one is some acute angles. Okay. So we want to write the measures of any two acute angles. Acute angles means the angle which is less than 90 degree, then it is said to be an acute angle. So you should write some types of acute angles, measures of some types of acute angle. That means less than 90 measures less than 90 degree, which means 45 degree, then 56 degree, 80 degree, then 75 degree, etc. These all are examples of angle measures, examples of acute angle, because these all angles are less than 90 degree. Then second one, the same question, B part. Write down the measures of some obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means, yes, the angle is greater than 90 degree, but it is less than 180 degree. And such types of angles are 110, it is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. And here another example, 125 degree. Here 125 degree is lies between 90 and 180, which means 125 degree is greater than 90 degree and is also less than 180 degree. Like this, you should write some types of acute and obtuse angle measures. Okay. And the next question, measure the angles given below using the protractor and write down the measures. Okay, that we will discuss in our next class. Okay, by using a protractor. Then next question, which angle has a large measure? Which angle has a large measure? First estimate and then measure. Okay. So in your textbook, here two angles are given and find the angles by using a protractor. So that question is also we discussed in our next class, that we will use identify by using a protractor. Okay, for example, the two figures are like this. The first figure is like this, and the second figure is like this. Okay, here which is the greater angle? Here is figure AB and here this is B. Which is the greater angle? Here, this is the greater. This figure has greater angle. So, which is the greater? That means angle B has a large measure of angle. That angle A. This is the larger angle. Okay. So that will be discussed in our next class, and based on these videos by using measures of angles by using a protractor, that I will send to your WhatsApp. Okay, by explanation. Okay. The next question, from these two angles which has larger measures, estimate and then confirm by measuring them. Here also two angles are given here, and we want to find which has the larger measures. Okay, the measures of these angles, first we want to measure the angles by using a protractor, then identify which angle is greater than other angle. Okay, here the figures are like this. And the next figure is like this. So, from these two figures, it is clear that yes, the second figure has more the greater angle than the first figure. Okay, that we will also discuss with a protractor in our next classes. Okay, so I will send the videos based on the usage of a protractor by finding the angles in your WhatsApp with explanation. Okay, then just we move to the next question, that is question number 7. Okay, question number 7 in exercise 5.4, and the question number 4, 5 and 6 we will discuss in our next class, or we will discuss in WhatsApp. Okay, then question number 7, fill in the blanks with acute, obtuse, right or straight angle. So some statements are given, we want to fill in the blanks with using some different types of angles. Okay, so let us look. First one is question number A, and the first question is an angle whose measures is less than that of a right angle, which means an angle measures less than right angles. Right angles means the angle measures 90 degree. The angle which is less than 90 degree, then it is said to be an acute angle. Then the angle which is less than right angle, then it is said to be an acute angle. So the answer is acute angle. Then B, an angle whose measure is greater than that of a right angle, which means the angle measures greater than 90 degree or greater than right angle. Then it is said to be an obtuse angle, greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. Then it is said to be an obtuse angle. Okay, so the answer is obtuse angle. Then C, an angle whose measures is the sum of measures of two right angles is dash. The angle whose measures is the sum of measures of two right angles is, two right angles means first right angle measures 180 degree and the right angle is equal to 90 degree, and two right angles, sum of two right angles means 90 degree plus 90 degree, then we get 180 degree, and we get the angle as 180 degree and the angle measures 180 degree angle. Straight angle. Then question D. When the sum of the measures of two angles is that of a right angle, then each one of them is. Question once again. When the sum of the measures of two angles, sum of the measures of two angles is that of a right angle, then each one of them is acute angle. Okay. So right angle means each one of the any sides of the angle is 90 degree, then it is said to be an acute triangle. Okay, so the answer is acute. Then question number E. When the sum of the measures of two angles is that of a straight angle and if one of them is acute, then the other should be an obtuse angle. When the sum of measures of two angles is that of straight angle, means sum of two angles is straight angle means 180 degree, then each one of then if one of them is acute means one of them is equal to, one of them is less than 90 degree. Then the other should be an obtuse angle. Okay, so the answer is obtuse. So these are the answers for the question 7, exercise 5.3, 5.4, and that's all fill up questions. Okay, so the questions 4, 5, 6. That we will discuss in our WhatsApp. Then we move to our next question. Here question number 8. So the question is, find the measures of angle shows in each figure. Find first estimate with your eyes and then find the actual measures with a protractor. Okay. First we measures the angle with our eyes. Okay. Just look at the figure. Then measures the angle which is less than 90 degree or greater than 90 degree or it is greater than 180 degree, etc. Okay. Then you also find the angles with your protractor. That the angles measures by a protractor. I will explain in your WhatsApp. Okay. Then here the first question, first angle is like this, like a protractor. Then the angle is like this. Okay, and it is less than 90 degree. It is less than 90 degree, and the angle I should find by using a protractor. That we will discuss in our WhatsApp. Then here the measures of the angles are that the angle is less than 90 degree and it is an acute angle. And the next angle means like this way. And it is, yes, it is greater than 90 degree and it is greater than 90 degree. 90 degree means like this and it is greater than 90 degree. So it is an obtuse angle. The next question is, like this. This is also less than 90 degree. Okay. So 90 degree is like this and this is less than 90 degree. Then so it's an acute angle and the next figure, last figure shows like here. So the angle is greater than 90 degree. 90 degree is like this. This is angle greater than 90 degree. So it is an obtuse angle. Okay. So the angle is measured by using a protractor that we discussed in our WhatsApp. Then next question. Question number 9. Find the angle measures between the hands of the clock in each figure. Okay. So here first one is, imagine it's a clock. Okay. Sorry, here. 11. Okay. So first question is the hands between is in 12 and 9. Okay. So which angle is this? Which types of angle is this? Yes, it's a right angle. The angle measures 90 degree and it's a right angle triangle. Okay. So which measures 90 degree. Okay. Like this figure, like this, and it measures 90 degree. Okay. So this is 90 degree. And in the second figure, the hands of the clock is on 12 and 1. Okay. Here, the angle or different, the angle between 2 points or 2 units of a clock is 30 degree. Here, 12 to 1 measures 30 degree angle. Here, 1 to 2 is also another 30 degree. And here, 2 to 3 measures another 30 degree. Okay. Here, 12 to 3 measures 30 plus 30 plus 30, 90 degree. Okay. So like this, and clock hands with hands of a clock between 12 and 1, then it measures the angle 30 degrees. So here the angle is 30 degrees. Then we can also find by using a protractor. Okay, the next question is like this. This is a straight angle. Okay. Here the first one unit measures 30, another 30, another 30, which is 90 degree. Then the next 3 units measures next right angle, that is 90 plus 90, 180 degree. Or simply we can say that this is right angle and it measures 180 degree. So this figure measures 180 degree. The next question. Investigate. Okay, in the given figure, the angles measures 30 degree. Question number 10. In the given figure, the angle measures 30 degree. Look at the same figure through a magnifying glass. Does the angle become larger? Does the size of the angle change? Okay. So here the angle is given here 30 degree, and here the question is look at the if you look the figure by using a magnifying glass, does the angle become larger? Does the size of the angle will change? Okay. So the measure of an angle will not change by viewing through a magnifying glass. You can see the same angle or same measure of the angle. So the measure of an angle will not change by viewing through a magnifying glass. Then question number 11. Question number 11, measures and classify each angle. These we will also discuss by using a protractor. Okay, that we will discuss in our next class. Okay. Then we are going to our next portion, that is exercise 5.5. Before that, we want to study about perpendicular lines and parallel lines. Okay. So perpendicular lines means when two lines intersect and the angle between them is a right angle, then the lines are said to be perpendicular line. When two lines are intersect each other, then the angle between them is a right angle, then it is said to be perpendicular line. Okay, so a perpendicular line shows that the symbol like this. Okay, if AB is perpendicular to CD, then we can write AB perpendicular to CD. Okay, here the question is if we look at your table in your house, and the edges, the adjacent edges of a tabletop is like the two angles or two lines intersect each other, then one angle is right angle, then it is said to be a perpendicular line. Okay, then next question. Next we are moving to our exercise 5.4. Okay, 5.5. So perpendicular lines and exercise 5.5. So what do you mean by perpendicular lines? If two lines are intersect each other like this way. This is a line, this is another parallel lines. If we see that now in railway track, okay, the lines of a railway track is a parallel lines, okay, because they are not intersect each other and this is to be parallel lines. And adjacent sides of a table in your home, it's like this, the two lines intersect each other and the one angle measures 90 degree, then it is said to be a perpendicular line. And the perpendicular line which shows the symbol like this, and the parallel line which shows the symbol like this. Okay, here two lines intersect each other and here the lines do not intersect each other. Okay. And exercise 5.5, first question. Which of the following are models of perpendicular lines? Okay, some models are given here and we want to identify which of the models are perpendicular each other. First one, the adjacent edges of a table. The adjacent edges of a table is like this, and these are 90 degree angle and this perpendicular line. So the answer of first question is perpendicular. The next question, the lines of a railway track. Lines of a railway track do not meet each other and it's like this way. Okay, and here this is a parallel line. These are parallel lines. Then see the line segments forming by the letter L, and we write the letter L like this. Okay, and here the adjacent edges of the line letter L intersect each other and the angle measures 90 degrees. So it's a perpendicular line. Perpendicular line. Then next one, the letter V. Here letter V does not measures the angle 90 degree. Okay, this does not 90 degree, and it is not a parallel line because it meet together. Okay, so it's not a perpendicular line and it's not a parallel line. It is an inclined line. Inclined line and forming an acute angle. Acute angle means an angle less than 90 degrees. So it's an inclined line but with forming an acute angle. Okay, so these are the answers of our first question in exercise 5.5. These all questions are based on angles. Angles and about perpendicular lines, parallel lines. Okay. And next question. How can we write this? Line segment PQ. Line segment PQ. Here the question. Let line segment PQ be the perpendicular to the line segment XY. Let line segment PQ and line segment XY intersect in the point A. What is the measure of the angle PAY? Okay, first the question is given here. Let the angle PQ is perpendicular to the line segment XY. Okay, so perpendicular means the lines intersect each other. Here, if we imagine this is the line segment PQ. Here P, this is Q, or like another way is P or Q. Okay, anywhere. Then this is the line segment XY. It's the line segment XY which intersect the line segment PQ. Okay, XY. And here the question is, let line segment PQ and line segment XY intersect in the point. Here the line segment PQ and the line segment XY meet at this point or intersect at this point, and the point is named as A. Okay, so the point is A because the line segment PQ and the line segment XY meet at the point A or intersect at the point A. Then the question, what is the measure of angle PAY? So which is the angle PAY? Yes, we have PAY, and this is the angle measures 90 degrees. The right angle and it measures 90 degree. Okay. The next question, question number 4. Study the diagram. The line L perpendicular to line M. And question number A is CE is equal to EG. So here a diagram is given here like this. Here the points are marked 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And here the points are marked as here. One is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And in the point E, this line is perpendicular to the line segment. Perpendicular to this line AH. And the first question is you want to prove that CE is equal to EG. CE is equal to AG. Is CE is equal to AG. Here the point CE. From here C to E. Okay, this is the point E. And from C to E, how many units are there? From C to D, 1 unit. Then from D to E, it's 2 units. CD is equal to 2 units. Then we want to prove that CE is equal to EG. Sorry, CE is equal to EG. For that we want to take the units from C to, first take the units from C to E. Yes. First one C to D1, then D to E, 1 plus 1, we get C is equal to 2 units. Then we want to prove that CE is equal to EG. For that we take the units from E to G. And from E to F, 1 and F to G also 1. So 1 plus 1 we get 2 units. So EG is equal to also 2 units. Which means CE is equal to 2 units and EG is equal to also 2 units. CE is equal to EG is equal to 2 units. That means we can say that CE is equal to EG. Okay. Then next question. Does PE bisect CG? Does PE bisect CG? Yes, PE. PE means the points. Does PE bisect CG? P means this point. Okay, PE. PE means this point P, E, and here CG. CG is the point here to here, and these two lines are bisect each other, and we can say that the answer is yes. Okay, and here identify any two line segment for which PE is the perpendicular bisector. Identify any two line segment where PE is the perpendicular bisector. Here we take the line segment from B to H, and PE is a perpendicular line segment. Perpendicular means like this. Okay, so we take BH, then PE is a perpendicular bisector. And if we take another line segment, that is PF. Okay, so PE also a perpendicular bisector. Then if we take CF, then it is also a perpendicular bisector. Okay, so the answer of third question or C part C is line segment BH and line segment DF or CF or CG, etc. Okay. And next question, option D. Sorry, question D. Are these true? Okay, here some statements are given. You want to find the statements given below are true or false. Okay. So the first statement, AC greater than FG. Okay. So AC means And next FG. Here F. F to G is 1 unit. F to G is 1 unit. FG is equal to 1 unit. So 2 is greater than 1. That means AC is greater than FG. So the statement is true. The statement is true. First statement is true. Because AC measures 2 units and FG measures 1 unit. So 2 is greater than 1 unit and hence AC is greater than FG. Next question, the same part. CD is equal to GH. From the figure, CD is equal to GH. Here C to D, 1 unit. CD is equal to 1 unit. And here GH. G to H is also 1 unit. GH is equal to 1 unit. So CD is equal to GH. CD is equal to 1 unit and GH is also equal to 1 unit. So CD is equal to GH. So the statement is true. Second statement is true. First statement is also true and the second statement is also true. Then third statement. BC less than EH. BC less than EH. Here BC means D to C. D to C, it is 1 unit. C equal to 1 unit. And EH, E to H, it measures how many units? E to F 1 unit, F to G second one 1 unit, and G to H another 1 unit. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it is equal to 3 units. EH is equal to 3 units. So 3 is less than 1, which means EH is equal to 3 units, which means EH is less than, so EH is greater than BC. Here the statement is BC is less than EH. Yes, BC is equal to 1 unit and EH is equal to 3 units, which means BC is less than 3 units. So BC is equal to less than EH, which means the statement is also true. So the 3 statements given here are true. Okay. So today we learned about perpendicular lines, parallel lines and about angles and triangles. Okay. And the question in exercise 5.4, question number 4, 5 and 6 that I will send to your WhatsApp with explanation. Okay. So you should do your homework properly and study well. Have a nice day. Thank you.